Welcome back to Booze and Rocks. My name is David Edwards, and today I'm going to use some Baileys, some Amaretto, and I'm going to make this, the buttered toffee cocktail. But first, this. All right, so let's get into this. Now, this request came to me from Juz the Fuzz. He asked me, can you make a creamy cocktail? And I thought about that for a bit and I said, you know what? I can. It's been a while. So what I'm gonna do for you is something called the buttered toffee. And I went looking for some history and I couldn't find any. And I searched the web a bit more, and of course I saw it on Pinterest, I saw it on the Tipsy Bartender, and I just saw it all over the place, and no history, a few slight variations on how to make this. And it's got some really, really simple ingredients. In fact, most of these ingredients you could drink on their own or mix them in any way, and it's still gonna be good. So Juz the Fuzz, here's a creamy cocktail for you that I think would be perfect any time of the day, especially for dessert. So the first thing I'm going to grab here is my shaking glass. Now, this is a very simple cocktail. It's 1 ounce Amaretto, 1 ounce of Bailey's, 1 ounce of Kahlua, and 3 ounces of the half and half. And like I was saying, you could very easily not do that. However, I'll pick that up later. You could very easily mix any of these together because they're all great. You know, you got a little bit of the almond for this, a little bit of coffee. Oh, just can't go wrong. So 1 ounce of Amaretto is equal to 30 milliliters. Damn it, I need my cap back. Okay, so the next thing we need is a little bit of Bailey's. And I don't normally use Bailey's. I prefer a Canadian cream whiskey, the Gretzky's. But I'm sticking to this recipe directly for you. And you know what? Every once in a while, Bailey's is pretty good. You gotta admit that. So I need 1 ounce, 30 mils. It's gonna be tasty, I can tell right now. And I have a feeling this is gonna be a bit of a shorter video just for you guys. Now a little bit of Kahlua, the coffee cream. This will give us a little bit more of our sweetness. This will be a sweet cocktail. If you want, and you wanted to adjust your flavor slightly and your sweetness, you could do something like a Tia Maria coffee cocktail or Mr. Black. Unfortunately, I can't get that where I live. But if you have a bottle, send me one. We need 1 ounce of this. Again, 30 mils. And now it's starting to actually look like a coffee with cream and sugar there. Now the next thing, of course, is we need half and half. This will give us our creamy consistency. In a lot of places you can't get half and half. Half and half is 1/2 milk, 1/2 cream. And if you're going to do those in those options, you would use 1.5 ounces of milk, 1.5 ounces of cream for a total of your 3 ounces. 1.5 ounces is 45 mils. So you're looking at 90 mils altogether of a half and half. Yes, look at that. That looks like an overly creamy iced coffee. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of ice to the shaker, and we're going to shake the crap out of this for a good 10 to 15 seconds. Haha! Did you see that? I caught it. Da-da-da. Last time I slammed one of these in, I actually broke one of my glasses by accident. So be careful how hard you actually smack it. You just need to sit it or seat it properly so you get that proper seal. Look at that. Look at that. It's looking good. However, we need a glass to put this in. Now, you can put this in any glass you want. I'm going to put this in a Martini glass because I feel like being fancy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rim the glass with some caramel. So you'll maybe take 2 ounces of caramel. Give it a little bit of a turn just to get it in nice and solid, and there you go. But now that's just the rim. However, I got myself a spoon because I want to make it even a little fancier and add a little bit more caramel into this. And this is going to taste very much like those little toffees that you used to get for Halloween. So take it, and if you have something that you can use to make this really fine, that's okay. But we just want to slowly pour it around the inside of the glass. It'll just give us a little bit of decoration and it'll look pretty. Oh yes, look at that. Using my Hawthorne strainer, we're just going to pour this in now. We're just keeping the ice chunks out. It's creamy, it's rich, it's absolutely a dessert you want to have. Oh, look at those caramel lines. Oh yeah. And you can garnish this any way you want. I'm going to use a little bit more, and I'm just going to give myself a gentle little circle on top. And hopefully it stays there. Perfect. Well, not quite a perfect circle, but that's exactly what I'm going for. Let's try it out for you. It's got a beautiful creamy consistency. It smells good. You actually smell a little bit of the amaretto coming up because you get that oily, not oily. It's actually not oily. I literally just got caramel on my finger when I bumped it. But you get a little bit of the almond odors coming up from the Luxardo Amaretto liqueur here. I'm going to tell you, that's a dessert cocktail. It just hits the right level of sweet. And I'm sure it is all over my face or something else. And my daughter behind me is nodding her head somewhere saying, no, 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 she's behind the camera. And she's saying something, I have no idea what she's saying. And you know what? She's telling me she wants it. But let me tell you this. Oh yeah. Absolutely deadly. Perfect for an after dinner party. And you should see the look on her face right now. She's crying in her behind the camera almost. Anyways, really, really good. Sweet, it's tasty. You get a little bit of the caramel. You get that toffee taste. You get the almond from the amaretto. The Bailey's comes through really good, and the Kahlua cuts it all nicely. And of course, the cream gives it that creaminess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ingredients and the method of how to make this down in the description down below. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. That way you will be notified every time you get a new video, every time I put a new video up. And if you don't like an awesome creamy dessert cocktail, hit the thumbs down button twice, and we'll see you next time.
You are an evil, evil person. How dare you?
You want to try that?
The little tiny sip.
Try it. You have to just,
Some of the caramel.
there's lots of caramel there. How's that?